All right, my sound got messed up on this one. So this is without sound, but it's okay. I'm going to do the whole run through, basically start on my top, start on the top, work my way down to the specials. So the ships, the first one here, we're going to go in with these guys. Obviously, they work better with the malevolence, but this does fine. I like to try to take out the tanks with this at this point. Later on, I'll go after other ones. None of them hit too hard, although that was a pretty good hit. Oh man, one down. Yeah, I don't like to go out with the spy. I like to bring the spy in. Now we're using this to get those droids on everybody. You want to make sure you have multiple stacks. If it's just one, it'll disappear. So make sure that you hold off on hitting them if you can till there's 2 or 3 stacks. And then as you see, one disappears when it's not the vulture droid attacking. So, no, and then that just cleared them all off. But that's okay. At this point, we've got everything under control. They did their job. And now we're just going to keep working them down. Look at that. The other two now have stacks of 3. Bring in now, yep, that one. And now it's going to do pretty quick work. That's dead. That was overkill. But it's all right. We're just trying to get it done at this point. Put those on them. Yeah, might as well. Look at that. We just need a little more time. Look at that, because that was coming up. I would have been able to heal the bomber right back up. But they had to take him out. But again, it doesn't matter. We've already won. At least we're not going for banners. Bring in another bomber just in case things go wrong and they get something in. And this should finish them off. And there we go. The next one, we'll use the Empire with Tarkin. All right, let's go in. I had Houndstooth available, so I brought him in with. You can see they're trying to work on getting that bomber out. Yeah. That's makes things a little more difficult, but not too bad. Yeah, bring him in and cure things up. All right. Now we're going to start getting to work. Yeah, stay off of him. Yeah, that last attack should have went after 5s. He's the one that causes the most issues. So I would have had him out a little bit earlier if I would have went after him. the attack earlier, but in the end it still was all right. Now they don't have anything to cure off the taunt on Houndstooth. Now we can put them in, put that on Houndstooth, and he'll get some extra attacks out of him. These fights at this point are pretty straightforward and easy. Again, this is all phase 2, and nothing hits too hard. Most people should be able to get all the points for it. You just have to be careful, like with the ships, what you pick and what you go after. First, Houndstooth is pretty much unkillable in phase 2. I've never lost them. I've had it where just Houndstooth was the last thing alive, and it just worked them down. So that's kind of like a freebie. You put them on your weaker team. All right, now we're going in with these two. Both of mine are relicked. I was able to clear this back when they were Gear 12. So they don't have to be relic. It's just obviously easier, a lot easier when you have them relicked up. The mods on them are okay, not great. I will have a link to my profile on SWGOH.gg, and I don't change any mods in phase 2. I don't think I change them at all in any of the dark side Geo territory battles. Light side, there's a few battles I have to change some mods, but it's only a few. I try to not have to change mods very often. It's a pain, as everybody knows. So I like to bring out the bot with the droid with Asajj, mainly because she's relic 7, and he's I think he's relic 5. I might have taken him to relic 7. I don't remember now. But you just call him in. He does his stuns. When you're Gear 12, and you're going to be a little more careful what you choose. When mine was Gear 12, my Dooku had more potency than he has now. He has decent potency now, so you can see he's getting stuns, but I had more. I wasn't worried about the damage from him as in control, because it took more to kill everybody. But at this point, like I said, you can see I'm not even really doing too much with aiming things and stuff. I just, whatever's targeted for the most part, I go after. I do go after the sharpshooter because he can do some damage. Same thing with the AoEs, which is ARC Trooper and so on. You got Cody does an AoE. Nobody there that's really important, or that's going to cause too much hassle. Now, again, if I was Gear 12, I would have stunned Cody right there instead. So just to think of, or just a thought, I should say. And we're just trying to make quick work, move on to the next. Yep, just finishing them up one at a time. Almost there. One more. All right, there we go. So that one's done. Now we're going to move on to the next. I do go down and do the special mission next with the bugs. Now I have 4 relic 5 ones and then 1 Gear 12. I was able to do this back when only Brood Alpha was relicked and everybody else was Gear 12, but I had to do more with mods. The one thing that I would suggest changing with the mod set that I have up is just to speed up brood alpha. It does make it easier when the brood alpha is faster than what I have there. Again, you'll be able to look at my profile. Make sure that you have the order that you want with them. I like that order. That seems to always work well for me. Yeah, you want to take out the ones that do the AoE damage. First, I'm putting some licks on the Accolade. Sentinel is one of the ones you want to take out. So we want to take that one out. And you can see because of my relic level, they take her out pretty quick. Next, we want to take out him, but that they do it on their own. And that's pretty much it. Now we can start working on the Accolade. Now, because my brood alpha is slower, towards the end, I do go back to killing off those two on the sides to slow down the Accolade. But you can see I'm doing decent damage to it. Again, some more hits. Use that. And now we're back to that again. That's 2 hits on it. We only got one of those dazes out, so let's save that special. You want to watch on the Accolade, the top right. See, it's down to 2 count now. When that gets down to 0, it's going to enrage again, and it will hit a lot harder during that time. Yep. I'm starting to think I should start slowing it down here soon. Yeah, now there's 3 dazes. Let's clear that off. Yeah, now I'm going to stall a little bit, try to. All right. Okay, out they come. Switch that back over to the Accolade, do my special. Well, wait, I didn't do that. That's weird. I should have done it right there. I made it a little harder. I should have done that attack right there earlier. I would have taken him out. I don't know why I did that. All right, so that's done. Moving on to the next, I have my Imperial Troopers now, so I'll use them. The first phase, they did not, the other team never got an attack in. And this phase, they don't get an attack in either. So the Imperial Troopers are really good. And again, don't hesitate to check out my mods on SWGOH. I don't have them on here because it just takes more time. The video's already long as it is. But I think these are good to do every few months with different teams. I try to change it up so that if people are using different teams and stuff, how to use your roster as best you can to get as many points as you can doing these territory battles. All right, so that gave me a jump start. Again, this team is kind of overkill at this stage. It's going to get to the point where I'm one-shotting most everything. Again, you want to alternate. I say this all the time with the Imperial Troopers. Try to alternate your specials that gain turn meter. Don't use them all at one time, because then you'll have a big lull, and you'll struggle then to have the turn orders that you want, or the speed, I should say, as you want. Again, you want to go after the AoEs, just in case, which is your ARC Trooper, Clone Sergeants. Get those under control first, then go after your Sharpshooters and Healer. You can have one that does AoE, out, but when you have two or three, they can, especially in the third and fourth phases, they can really mess up your team. And again, there's they're not even taking turns. Yep. Let's just take somebody out, get some turn meter. Took two people out, lots of turn meter. Nice and easy. If I would have known the Imperial Troopers were this good, I would have farmed them a long time ago. All right, let's get to work. Look at that, nice and easy. That was a counter attack. It wasn't an actual attack. You still have my 63 stacks, which is good. That means I still am going to hit like a truck. Do that and get more turn meter. And there we go. Now I'm starting to use Emperor Palpatine, not Emperor Palpatine, Sith Eternal. And so I'm coming up with teams that work. So far, I've been liking this one a lot. I used it in round 1, round 2, and this round, and it's working very well. I'm trying to keep it so that my Darth Revan team is free and clear. I may switch out Nihilus on the fourth phase and put in Vader. Vader does really well with control in the fourth phase. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with that. So I want to try to make sure I get a win with Emperor Palpatine in the fourth phase. I'm getting closer to doing a full clear on the fourth stage. I think last time I got all 4 4s and one was a 2-4, I think. So hopefully, and this is my first time with Emperor Palpatine, so I'm hoping he will give me that final 4-4. So far, so good. I'm going slow because I'm trying to get him to get to his ultimate. You can see in the first phase, this second phase, um, it's just they I kill him too fast. He doesn't really get a chance to really get it off. So I think he's able to. I think when we did the first phase, he got it off in the very last round, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm sure when we get to the fourth phase, that won't be an issue. Yep. Everything seems to be a little overkill right now. All right. Again, I'm stalling, trying to get to his thing, when I should have just went and killed everybody else, because in the end, it doesn't really much matter. If you're wondering why I'm going slow, it's just because I'm trying to get to his ultimate. I want to see what it does for damage against, um, these things, because I've only really used him in Squad Arena and stuff, and in GAC. Haven't ever used him in these fights here. So again, I'm trying to learn to see what he does. Come on, guys. Let's get it done. Sorry, next time when I make one of these recordings like this, I won't worry so much about trying to get his ult off. I'll just go through and kill it. I was just curious. All right, so now we've got it. Now I want to try to use it, see what it does in the opening when he first takes his turn. Might as well just get rid of him. Use that. He's been saving it through most of the battles. And not as much damage as I was expecting. So that's good to know. Although they can't res anybody up because he killed him. He's a galactic legend. So that's not part of it's nice. Almost done here. This next fight's a good fight. It's an important fight for you to know because most people have Night Sisters. And you lose Asajj Ventress or not loser, but you use her with Dooku. So all you have to do is put Watt with them, and it works great. If you don't have Watt and you have Malik, Malik works. You can put Malik with them, and that gives you again some good support for their team. You run it basically the same as before, and what we did in the first phase. It just takes a little bit longer, but not much. You're going to put the weapon tech on Mother Talzin. You put the tank tech on Zombie. You put the health tech on Daka. And then you're good to go. As I've said in other videos, I keep Spirit Gear 12. I've thought about taking her to Relic, but I like having a character that dies, so it feeds Daka, and when Asajj is there, you feed Asajj so that they both get buffed up. Asajj gets more damage, Daka gets more health, and both of them get more speed. So when the spirit drops, you start doing basics, and then she keeps coming back, and just keeps feeding the team. It becomes important in the fourth phase. Now, I don't mean the fourth stage of this, but the actual fourth phase of the territory battles. No AoEers there, so not a big deal. Usually, by the third or fourth round, they start resisting quite a bit. So you want to use Zombies basic to put the tenacity down, and that helps get your plagues to stick. But on stage 2, it'll still stick pretty good without. Coming along. Almost there. Moving on to the next. Now, I've thought about doing, each one of these teams, just a video where it's just the Night Sisters, stage 1, or not stage 1, but phase 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do the progress. One video gives you all 4 phases, and then, the Imperial Troopers, and so on and so forth. So I'm thinking about actually doing that with these videos that I'm doing now, and then just pulling out the different teams, so that when you have the Imperial Troopers or you have the Night Sisters, okay, what do I do with the Night Sisters in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, all on one video. So I'm really thinking about doing that for everybody. It'll make it easier. This is more for enjoyment when you do the whole thing, and somebody's able to clear it. There's not too many videos like that, especially where people are explaining what they're doing. A lot of times and there's some out there where, there's just music going on, and it's not really much explaining. And I kind of like the explaining part of things, because sometimes you're doing things wrong and you don't realize you're doing it wrong. Especially people that are relatively new to these, guild events. Going into the next phase, 4-4. All right, let's get this one done. Surprised I got that. Usually they resist everything at this point. We want to take out the ARC Trooper, because we have 2 of them. So we want to try to get them under control and start wearing them down. Don't be afraid to move Zombie around from character to character to spread his debuff. But you saw with the plague, they got resisted pretty good. I'm doing this really to get the plague on them more than anything. And a chance at the stun, which I got. So, again, right now with the ARC troopers, I'm just trying to keep them under control. The issue is if they both go and they both do their AoEs and then the hulls get low and then somebody comes in and starts whacking on people, next thing you know, you're struggling, and that's what you don't want. You want the win. Let's see what sticks. I don't know if any of that stuck. Now we're down to one ARC trooper, so I'm not too worried about if he does an AoE. Almost there. Okay. Put a debuff on him. That plague's about to just kill the ARC trooper on his own, but this will help. There we go. See what sticks. One did. Put a debuff on, help him along. Again, it's definitely a longer fight without Asajj, but it's still a safe fight. The Night Sisters was the first team I had that I could get 4-4 with in the 4th phase. So it's a strong team in this event. All right, and there we go. Done. Moving on to the next one. I have a Darth Revan team, and I just never used it. This whole territory battle. I didn't use them in the first phase or the second phase. I'm probably not going to use them in the third phase because I'm trying out different teams and recording them. The last time I did this was 2 or 3 months ago, and I did do Darth Revan, I think, in all the stages, or phases, I should say, so that's on there. But like I said, I think I'm going to do a video based on teams, or multiple videos. I think that would be good. So I'll work on that probably this week. All right, look at that. Let's go. My Droideka is just recently Gear 13. It was Gear 12 for probably, I don't know how long time. And I finally got up to Gear 13. And it's helping. It's making this go a little quicker. I usually use Grievous to bring in the droid. He's Relic 8. Sorry again about not having sound. It was all messed up. All distorted sounding. It was pretty bad, so I turned it off. Coming along. My Droideka's pretty slow. I actually want to make him slower. It's really funny. You never can get the fast speeds you want, and then when you actually want slow speeds, well, now that's a struggle. Never seem to get what you want. Yeah, I want him to get into that stance and sit there for a very long time. It's coming along. Almost there. Two ARC troopers again. So let's take one out. This will go a lot faster than the Night Sisters did. Yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, 4-4. But I think that was the last one. Yeah, it was. So 4-4. We got all the. We completed every phase and stuff. Not phase, but every combat mission and special mission. And yeah, we're good to go. Let's deploy and call it a day. All right, well, thanks for watching this with me. If you guys have any questions on some of the teams you're working on or whatever, modding, don't hesitate. Throw it up in the chat. It's what we're here for, to help out the community so that all the guilds can get as far as they can in these events and stuff. All right, well, thanks for watching, and follow me on Twitch. I do Twitch a couple nights a week, a few nights a week during the GAC. At 10 o'clock usually for GAC Eastern time. So you can come and hang out. It would be fun. And try to help me not, lose. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like if you like. All right, thanks. Bye.